1. While mentoring a newly assigned APT test administrator, you notice they rely heavily on reading from a script without engaging candidates. Which coaching method best supports adult learning principles? A. Require them to memorize the script. B. Have them practice paraphrasing procedures in a mock session with feedback. C. Ask them to skip explanations to save time. D. Allow them to continue without intervention to maintain confidence. 2. You are tasked with revising an APT preparation curriculum. Which first step ensures alignment with Army regulatory requirements? A. Consult the latest Army testing regulations before making revisions. B. Gather personal anecdotes from administrators. C. Add new training games for engagement. D. Increase the length of the training sessions. 3. A colleague proposes shortening the official pre-test briefing. What should you do to maintain compliance? A. Support the change if it improves efficiency. B. Reject the change and explain that full briefings are mandatory for standardization. C. Let the candidates decide whether they want the briefing. D. Modify the briefing informally without reporting it. 4. During a test session, a soldier questions the fairness of the evaluation method. What is the best response? A. Explain that fairness is ensured through standardized procedures and objective criteria. B. State that all evaluations are at the discretion of the administrator. C. Tell them they can file a complaint later. D. Ignore the concern to keep the session on schedule. 5. While developing an APT administrator training module, you want to promote knowledge retention. Which method best applies adult learning principles? A. Include practical exercises simulating common testing challenges. B. Deliver the content entirely via lecture. C. Provide a printed manual with no follow-up. D. Require trainees to memorize policies verbatim. 6. You are conducting a review of a recent training session. Which metric most accurately measures its effectiveness? A. The number of participants. B. The observed application of correct procedures during subsequent test administrations. C. How quickly the course was completed. D. The trainee's enjoyment of the session. 7. A subordinate wants to create a new form for APT test scoring. How should you proceed? A. Use the form if it seems more user-friendly. B. Ensure the form is reviewed and approved through official channels before implementation. C. Adopt the form for internal use only. D. Ignore the suggestion entirely. 8. You notice a junior administrator giving instructions too quickly, leading to candidate confusion. What is the most effective mentoring approach? A. Correct them in front of the candidates to set an example. B. Provide private feedback and role-play a slower, clearer delivery. C. Ask another administrator to handle instructions. D. Allow them to learn from repeated mistakes. 9. During a compliance inspection, you are asked how your team safeguards test integrity. Which answer is most appropriate? A. We follow Army protocols exactly, document every procedure, and secure all materials. B. We adjust the rules based on the situation. C. Each administrator has their own process for maintaining integrity. D. We rely on candidate honesty. 10. In evaluating a peer's training presentation, you find no link between content and real-world test scenarios. What feedback best promotes adult learning? A. Recommend incorporating relevant, authentic testing examples. B. Suggest keeping training theoretical to maintain structure. C. Ask them to focus only on regulatory content without context. D. Advise eliminating examples to save time. 11. You are designing a refresher course for experienced APT administrators. Which approach best addresses adult learning needs? A. Focus on problem-solving exercises drawn from actual test administration challenges. B. Repeat the entire initial training without changes. C. Limit content to reading policy updates aloud. D. Test their memory of obscure procedures only. 12. A candidate claims they were given inconsistent instructions in previous sessions. What should you do? A. Investigate the claim and ensure standardized instructions are used by all administrators. B. Tell the candidate to focus on the current session. C. Dismiss the claim without checking. D. Ask the candidate to adapt to each administrator's style. 13. During a mentoring session, your trainee asks how to improve evaluation accuracy. Which advice is best? A. Use clearly defined, measurable criteria for all assessments. B. Trust their personal judgment over standardized criteria. C. Consider candidate feedback more than official rubrics. D. Avoid evaluations unless absolutely necessary. 14. You are tasked with creating a new APT study guide. Which step ensures compliance and accuracy? A. Base content on official Army testing manuals and policies. B. Use information from unofficial online forums. C. Include only your personal tips for success. D. Focus solely on what previous candidates found helpful. 15. In a training session, an experienced administrator challenges a new policy update. What is the best way to address the situation? A. Explain the rationale for the update and reference the official regulation. B. Allow them to continue using the old policy for efficiency. C. Avoid discussing the policy to prevent disagreement. D. Tell them their opinion is irrelevant. 16. During a curriculum review, you discover outdated compliance requirements in the materials. What should you do first? A. Update the materials to match current official regulations. B. Leave the outdated sections to avoid extra work. C. Wait for trainees to notice and correct them. D. Remove all references to compliance entirely. 17. While observing an APT administration, you see an administrator failing to verify candidate identification. What is the correct mentoring action? A. Address the issue immediately and reinforce verification procedures. B. Allow them to proceed to avoid disrupting the session. C. Tell them afterward but make no follow-up. D. Ignore it unless reported by someone else. 18. You are planning a mentoring program for new administrators. Which element is most essential for skill development? A. Structured practice sessions with real testing scenarios. B. Assigning reading materials only. C. Encouraging self-directed learning without guidance. D. Allowing them to observe but never participate. 19. A junior administrator asks how to handle a candidate with a documented learning disability. What is the correct guidance? A. Follow established Army accommodation procedures and document actions taken. B. Modify the test informally to make it easier. C. Allow the candidate extra time without formal approval. D. Deny accommodations to maintain schedule. 20. While assessing a training course, you find that the learning objectives are vague. What is the best corrective step? A. Rewrite objectives to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. B. Keep them vague to allow flexibility. C. Focus on covering as much content as possible instead. D. Ask trainees to define their own objectives. Army Personnel Testing APT. The Army Personnel Testing APT test is a standardized assessment program used by the U.S. Army to evaluate soldiers and applicants' aptitudes, skills, and qualifications for specific military roles, training programs, and career advancement opportunities. It includes a variety of tests such as aptitude, language proficiency, and technical skill assessments, ensuring personnel are matched to positions where they can perform effectively. The APT program is governed by strict regulatory guidelines to maintain fairness, accuracy, and integrity in testing. Administered by certified test control officers. The APT test supports mission readiness by placing the right individuals in roles that align with their capabilities, while also upholding the Army's commitment to professional standards and operational excellence. Here are the top 5 beneficial uses of Army Personnel Testing APT exam. 1. Role placement optimization. Matches soldiers to positions that align with their strengths, skills, and potential, improving job satisfaction and operational efficiency. 2. Training eligibility verification. Identifies personnel who meet the aptitude and skill requirements for specialized military schools, courses, or advanced training programs. 3. Career development guidance. Provides data-driven insights to guide soldiers in selecting career paths that best fit their abilities, promoting long-term professional growth and mission success. 4. Readiness and capability assessment. Ensures units are staffed with qualified individuals who can perform effectively under mission demands. 5. Regulatory and standards compliance. Maintains fairness, objectivity, and adherence to Army testing protocols, safeguarding the integrity of personnel selection processes.